Step one on our weight management protocol is to decide on a protocol. A protocol is a food plan you create. You document your protocol and then commit to it. Decide on an eating window to allow for intermittent fasting. Our mantra is make your food boring and your life awesome. Is breakfast the most important part of the day? Breakfast was coined as the most important meal of the day by Dr. John Harvey Kellogg. That should ring a bell, as a way to promote breakfast cereal. And there are conflicting studies that show very little correlation between those who eat breakfast versus fasting. However, as in this protocol, if your goal is to eat a mild caloric deficit to prompt weight loss, skipping breakfast can save you up to 800 calories per day. We burn fat best when we're hungry. Intermittent fasting gives your body a break from insulin. It allows you to experience and resist hunger. It creates the mental discipline for coping with urges. It teaches your body to be fat adapted and to rely on fat stores for fuel. Increasing insulin sensitivity will result due to intermittent fasting, and it will not slow down your metabolism. It does help with cellular repair, and everyone is already fasting when you sleep. We're just extending that time by one meal to get more opportunity for fat burning. And as a result of intermittent fasting, you will not feel deprived or hungry when you are fat adapted. For some people, that can take 3 days. For other people, it may take 3 weeks. But when it happens, it's a beautiful thing. So what can we drink when we're fasting? The first thing is always have a water bottle with you. Keep that with you, sip on it. That's your go-to. The second is coffee. Coffee is perfectly acceptable. Try not to drink coffee in excess and use it as a buffer to deal with the feelings that you don't want to feel. However, straight black coffee with no sugar and no cream is perfectly acceptable. Tea is also excellent. And my personal favorite is yerba mate. What is yerba mate? Yerba mate is a type of tea that is made from dried leaves and twigs of the ilex, not even going to try, plant. It is very easy to make and it tastes great. This is how I do it at home. I will get a water just before boiling, and I'm going to add 2 heaping tablespoons to about 4 cups of water. I'm going to stir it around a little bit, and I'm going to let it sit for at least 10 minutes. It is definitely a leaf that needs a long soaking and steeping time. Once that's done, I will pour it through a strainer into a container, and I'll throw it in the fridge, and it's ready to go. If I want to drink it on the go, I have a couple of loose leaf tea holders. I can throw the yerba mate into those loose leaf teas and drop it in my drink, and whenever I'm ready to drink it, it's ready to go. So I have some suggestions, and my caveat to my suggestions are that I'm not a registered dietitian. I'm a firefighter, I'm a paramedic, I'm becoming a life coach, but I'm not a doctor. And so based on your own medical needs and your own dietary requirements, it may shift from time to time. But what I can tell you is that you can start at the beginning level. And that beginning level is fasting from about 7 p.m. to about 10 a.m. You can include some sugar and some flour, and you can start with eating about 2,500 calories per day. That's a great place to start. When you've mastered that level and you want to increase the difficulty and increase the results, you can fast from about 6 p.m. to 11 a.m. You can have no flour, no sugar, and aim for about 2,000 calories a day. And once you've been adapted and fasting is no longer difficult for you, then you can increase your fast into a 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. fasting period with the noon to 6 p.m. fueling time. No sugar, no flour, and you're going to restrict yourself to about 1,500 calories per day. I find myself somewhere in the middle of these two, in between intermediate and advanced, depending on the day. One important tool that you have at your disposal is your own hunger scale. It's a subjective line that goes from -10 to +10. And ideally, we want to be somewhere around the -3, which is fairly hungry, to 2, which is only a little bit full and not so full that you feel like you can't eat anymore. The scale will help you identify where you are in terms of the sensation of hunger. Hunger is a sensation that you feel in gradual waves. Cravings are a desire for a specific type of food, often felt as sharp. So when you're looking at the candies and the treats and the ice creams, you feel this sharp, urging sensation of your body to get that as quickly as possible. That is a craving. You're not satisfying your hunger. Withdrawals are highly underrated when it comes to these types of protocols. You will withdraw from sugar, you will withdraw from flour, you will withdraw from anything that you are used to eating on a regular basis. You will experience the sensations of withdrawal. And emotions are vibrations that are caused by thoughts. When you're hungry, it will normally come on as a wave and then retreat. If you don't eat right away, your body will access fat for storage as fuel.